Hello, hello. Oh, couldn't see my hands. Hello, hello. Nice to see you here. Thank you for joining me. Hi to everybody. You're all talking about football. Do you know, I don't think the staff has remembered it's on. Can you believe it? He's just said, would I like to go out to dinner this evening? So I didn't say, oh no, what about the football? So shush, because he's in another room. Right, notice board. Oh, by the way, had my nails redone today. I am loving the colour, and I just had to ask you what you think this colour is called. Okay, it's sort of like a pinky sort of a colour. Just sort of throw that in for you. Just wonder what you think it might be called. The colour. Well, oh, crash bang wallet. Okay, so first of all, the notice board, just to say that I've got the next delivery of all of my exclusive stuff coming next Wednesday, so one more week. A few people are already pre-booking some of it, or pre-ordering, I should say, in particular the July card kit, which we used only on Sunday, I mean. But all of these things are coming back in stock, of course, plus lots of other new things to be showing you in the next few weeks or months. So looking forward to getting our hands on all of that. Poppy red, no. Candy, oh, that's a nice name. I would have gone with Candy. It's not an orangey red, actually. Yeah. Shall I tell you what it's called? It's called Street Corner. Now, don't even go there. Do not go there. Don't go to the street corner, because that corner's mine. All right? Just saying. I couldn't believe it. Trust me to like something with a name like that, eh? Okay, so, and also to remind you that this Sunday, the 14th of July, the YouTube will be a recorded one. And it will go live at 6 o'clock. So it's the same type of thing. The only thing is that you can't have a little chat with one another live like we do at the moment. So, yeah, street corner and the chat line. It's all going on, isn't it? It's all going on. Yeah. I couldn't believe it when she said it was called Street Corner. Why do you call a nail varnish colour Street Corner? I just don't know. Yeah, they have heard. They have heard. And I told her I might get a bit more money this time, don't you reckon? With nails like that, I reckon. Anyway, stop it. Stop it. Yeah, so because my bestest friend of the whole world, it's her birthday due on Sunday. And so I won't be here live. But I didn't want to miss out with you, or you miss out with me. So it will be recorded, though, but going live. So if you follow the link, and the link comes along, it will say live in so many hours or something. Oh, no, not live, private. I beg your pardon, private. But it will at 6 o'clock be live. Okay, so there you go. There you go. Now, if you recall, we had this gorgeous thing for the July card kit just this Sunday, just gone. And as I said, hugely, megally successful. Really, really pleased, because I really loved it, and I tried to get things that I love, as you know. So this is the July kit. It's only going to be available in the kit, and I have now reordered, which will be in, as I just said, next Wednesday, but it is unlimited. So when that comes in, then it has gone. So if you are thinking of getting onto it, please do, and pop over and get that. Now, I think it was Francis who was on here last week, on Sunday, that said, what is an eclipse card? And so I did say that I would be doing that. And so I thought we would. So it's a really, really simple technique, but really it's fun to do, and it really looks very, very effective for what it is. So you need said die. Okay, so that's okay. Now, to start off with, excuse my arm coming through, we need some white card, or whatever colour, but white card in this case. And I have cut 3 of the same size, all 14 centimeters by 14 centimeters, which is just a little bit bigger than this. Okay, so 3 of those. I will cut that one in just a second. And then I have the Eclipse picture that I'm going with. So excuse my arm, I don't know why I put them up there. Is one of these, or 2 of these, I should say. So these are from Watercolor Lily from Etsy. So the shop online Etsy, all Watercolor Lily is all one word with 2 L's in the Lily. Lilley, Watercolor Lily. Now these were cottage or summer cottage, I think. So they're exactly the same design. And what you need to do is with any picture. Now I don't know if Janet's with us tonight, but Janet posted some pictures up on the Facebook group that were really, really lovely. And they were with the Winter Wonderland pad. So if you have got, oh, sorry, the chair stopped. If you have got the Winter Wonderland pad, this one is sold out again at the moment, but I will be getting some more in. This is the one that Janet used, and it really looks perfect. So if you're looking for images to try and do, that might be one, or something like that. You don't have to print these ones off, but I just fancy doing it. And they again are both 14 centimeters by 14 centimeters. And what I suggest that you do is you cut your piece of card maybe to an A5 and pop that into your machine, your printer machine, if you're going to print off, because they do need to be exactly the same size. Okay, so let's print this one off first. Oh, and the other thing is I'm going to put it onto a 7x7 card, which is this. And I have decided that I'm going to use the Scallop Stitch 7 card. Now, I don't know about you, but sometimes when I'm looking at colours, I can't quite decide. So I cut them all out. For example, here's one that I cut out in brown. And I sort of think to myself, oh, I'll stick it together because I'm sure I'll use it another time. And this is that time, because I thought that it will be just the perfect little frame for it. So that's what I am going to be using. So Scalloped Stitched 7, square 7, that one is. But I have already obviously cut that out and stuck that together. And I've done black onto the white, or white onto the black. So let's first of all cut out this one. So let me put some tape on. So I'm going to get it into the center as much as I possibly can. Thank you for answering all my queries about where do you store your storage, your card, I should say. Getting all excited about being on that street corner again, aren't I? And I redo my storage so many times, and I really didn't know what to do. And so I've now gone and got some, I'll tell you whether they work all right. I've got some different things that I saw on Amazon. And if they work, I'll show you. They only arrived about half an hour ago, so I haven't had a chance to put them together. But yeah, I used to have one of these tall card rack things, but I found that I didn't get on with that all that well. I would put them in there and then they would get a bit caught, and then they get caught up, and then they'd look a mess. So subsequently I sort of thought, yeah. And to be honest with you, I'm talking about all this needing to be on street corners and things. The position of said display unit was actually in the way. And so what it meant was that in order to get into this room, you had to sort of negotiate it a little bit. And I sort of come to the conclusion that I could possibly lose a bit of weight and then I could get past it much easier. Scoop these. Or I could get some new storage, because I thought that was probably going to be the quickest answer to that one. So I removed the display unit, got some new storage. That gave me about another 18 inches in order to get in the doorway. And I think that's probably the best bet. So, okay, now with my card, I'm going to stick one piece onto my card front, but before I do, I need to just position and make sure that that is all in the right position. So I'm going to do that in just a minute. But with one of them, I'm going to take my frame again, and I'm going to cut, and this looks really weird to start off with, but I'm going to cut out this. So I'm again going to put it just the same as I did with all the others, so that it is as much in the middle as possible. Tape that on. Now with this, you could actually make 2 cards by saving all the waste, but that's not what we're going to do. So let me just put this through, and then we're going to get all of our pieces, and we need to stick them all together. Helen, you missed out. You missed out on some news. It is hammered white. Yes, it is hammered white. The pictures aren't on. I just did that on Super Smooth, so they're not on hammered white, but the other white is hammered white. The reason why I've used the hammered white is because it is a 300 GSM card, and in all honesty, the way that these used to be done, the way that I did them, oh, look at that, all stayed in there, a long time ago, was that you put foam or funky, or cut out and funky foam. But this way, by cutting out 3, and we did a very similar design in a workshop just recently, but with a different die, you've actually got the depth by layering all of these pieces together. Now, if you do like paper piecing, you could piece these all back together, and using a different frame and yet another frame, you could use it. However, that ain't happening. That ain't happening. So let's stick these all together first. So layer on layer. I'm going to do the front, so I'm putting glue onto the front of my layer. Now on Sunday when I did it, if you recall, we did a layer of, in the kit, it's a layer of white and then a layer of gold. But in this one, and they were slightly offset, in this one we've got layers of white, white on white on white, and it's exactly on top of the other. Now, if you have not got it absolutely square or on it absolutely, it's absolutely fine. I'll turn that around because it's not quite. That's better. She says, I want it to be perfect. There. It's okay because you're not going to see this outer edge. So the bit that you need to make sure there's all together are all these crisscrosses that are going through it. So I'm just putting them all on there. Then I'm going to do it exactly the same again. So this is layer 3. Okay. And as I said, in the olden days with the clips cards, which used to be, I used to do them with people's names. So I had a big alphabet set, or I have a big alphabet set where the numbers are about 8 inches tall, and then you cut out in exactly the same way, you cut out the name of the person that you're giving it to, and you use your pattern like that, so you've got your name cut out. But in order to get depth, we just also cut that out from foam so that it gave the thickness nicely. But this one with 3 layers, you could even go more if you want, but 3 layers is fine. And then I'm going to take my funny one, which looks really ridiculous now, and I'm going to put that on top. So that one goes finally on the top of it all. Okay. So this one is only 160, I think it is, GSM, so it's not thick like the others. I think that to put foam behind this one would be a bit ambitious because you've got very thin layers. So if you didn't want to cut them all out, you could cut some very thin pieces of foam and put them down on all of these outer edges. It's entirely up to you. So there is another way of doing it. Doesn't matter which way I've got it round at this stage. Just popping that. Just wiggle it about a bit, that's it, so that it is all on there. Okay, now, should have been a bit more careful there. Okay, so let me show you. I'm going to bring in my card blank. I'll go with the top, with the fold at the top. I just prefer to do that. And I'm going to bring in my picture and I'm going to put that about there, I think, because I want to make sure, although that's not quite square in there, if I moved it there, if you can see that, if I moved the picture into the middle of the card, when I then put my frame on, it's too far over to the left. Yeah. So if I move it over a little bit, it's still hidden by this frame, but then it's much more central. And I think that that is where I want it, really. So I'm going to put this straight down onto my card front. Try and get it straight, and then before I actually stick it down, just give it another check, and that is fine. So that goes down. Now we've got to find the right way for this to go. I think it's like that. Okay, I haven't been very careful, have I? Should have been more careful with that, of putting it in the right place, because they need to be absolutely one on top of the other. But I'm sure that you will do that more so at home. Anyway, so we then line that up. So I'm lining up the chimney. Straight lines are easier to line up than anything else. And then you'll find once you've got the straight lines, other bits will then pop up there nicely. And that is going to go on top. So I'm going to put some glue onto the top of here. Do you know what? I didn't even think about sentiment. Never mind. Never mind. So I'm just putting a thin layer of glue on here, but obviously you don't want too much, otherwise it's going to rise. And you do want to put glue on every bit, because it's quite important that every bit, let's get it around the right way now, it's something like that. So let me just make sure that the roof is straight and the chimneys are straight, and then, as I say, everything else fits in. Now, if I'd have got it straighter myself, it would have been even better, but let me just press that down. So it's a bit of a thick card, but if we then pop our frame over the top, I think you can probably see how that goes. It looks as if you're almost looking through a different window there, doesn't it? Okay. It's very, very effective. Actually, with a bit of white, it gives it sort of like a bit of a shadow more to it, doesn't it? So any type of dye works like this, but some dyes work better than the other. And I would also say that some of the backgrounds look better than the other. let me just grab some foam because I need to put that on the back of this bit here. Yeah, some work better than the others. I found that if you had sort of like a picture of a dog or a cat or something like that, that could be a bit hit and miss because it's sort of pixelated the animal. So I think that scenes such as this, or as we did flowers before, that type of thing is a better finish, really. See, Peter's just joined us and couldn't find the link. Couldn't find the link. I don't know why. I don't know why. Lost in the ether. Let's turn that over. Oh, it's sticking to me as well. And then by using the frame, I'm just trying to even that out so that the frame is, I'm looking to make sure that the frame is even all the way around if I possibly can. It just gives you that, it covers up that little edge just in case you didn't get that absolutely right. But it really is as simple as that, and very, very effective. Well, I think it is anyway. And as I said, you can do it with any shapes. So the technique is called the eclipse. Don't know why. And you just need to cut out in the same place for two things. So if you had a big stamp, flower stamp or something like that, or a scenery stamp even, you could do exactly the same. And as I said to Janet, I'm not sure if Janet heard, because I do see that she's here now, but I was saying earlier, Janet, about the ones that you did, very, very similar idea, but with the paper pad, which again looks really lovely. So, you know, it all makes for a different card, really. And it uses our lovely checked background. So as I said, the checked background comes only with the July card kit. We did sell out on the day, which I did get extra thinking that it might be popular, but we did sell out with those. But I've ordered them and they are on their way as we sit, and they're going to be with us next Wednesday. So for those who would still like to get one, if you pop over to the website maximumcrafts.com, you will be able to see the link and you'll be able to pre-order them. Okay. So there we are. Short and sweet for you today. Let me just bring in, if I may, my little notice board here again. So just to remind you, so as we've said on there, all of those things were coming back. The Stargazer Corners, meant to say to you about that. The Stargazer Corners, where you get one free with your Stargazer frame, they just came and went. I think if you blinked, they would have gone. So I do have another batch coming with that as well. Bow Bells and the Vintage Merry Christmas will all be in as well, and the Stargazer frame too. So when I'm here on Sunday, sort of here on Sunday, I will have a Christmassy thing to show you. It isn't one of mine, but there is a really unusual one which I just couldn't not show you. So I'm going to show you that on Sunday. So I hope you can join me then. As I said, like all the YouTubes, they're live at the certain time that I go, which is Wednesdays and Sundays at 6 p.m. UK time, but they're always there. You can always go back and find them. If you can't find something that you're looking for, you can always message me and I'll point you in the right direction if I possibly can. And yeah, that's about it for now. So thank you so much for joining me today. Sorry if you've sort of been here for 2 seconds and now you've got to go. Oh dear. But yeah, I will report back with my new storage system and see how that goes. Oh, and I got my new Platinum Scout. Yeah, that's what it's called, isn't it? Spellbinders Platinum Scout. I've got that at long last. And I'm really delighted with it. If anyone wanted to know what it was, it's the little machine so that you can cut out. It's just about 3 and 3 and a bit. That's the width of it. I don't know what that is. 3 and a bit wide, and quite a long one as well, which is really good. Very, very pleased with that, because you may recall that I bought a Sizzix Sidekick, and a kicking is what I'd like to have done to it because it was blooming hopeless. But this one is really, really good. So I'm very pleased with that. Used it a lot today, preparing for the workshop packs. So we've got a workshop tomorrow evening with a group of folks. Looking forward to seeing you this time tomorrow. We shall be online for a couple of hours. And then next workshop online is July the 20th. So that's not this weekend, the following one. That's the Saturday one. You don't have to be there on the day. You can always catch up by the video and the written instructions by our lovely June Smith. So yeah, it will all be good. So, well, we do have to say good wishes, don't we, to our England team. I just hope that he doesn't realise that we're going to miss it. I have to whisper then, because I don't know where he is. But yeah, he's happy because he's come home and he's caught some fish. So he's a happy bunny today. And I am a happy bunny with my street corners. And that's where I better get off to now. Take care, everyone. Thank you so much. See you soon. Bye.